I keep to myself such measures as I care for. Daily the rocks accumulate position. There is nothing but what thinking makes it less tangible. The mind, fast as it goes, loses pace, puts in place of it like rocks simple markers, for a way only to hopefully come back to, where it cannot. All forgets. My mind sinks. I hold in both hands such weight. It is my only description.
It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm changing my body to become a man. It just means like I'm changing my body to become like to eliminate some aspects of my not eliminate but like alter certain aspects of myself that make me more dysphoric than necessary. We need that variety of um, accounts of trans experiences or like hormone taking experiences to not feel pressured to be a certain way. For a while I was like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. Like I'm a girl, I guess. Like I don't really have a problem with that. Sometimes people don't know what I am, and that's okay. I just feel like a freak, like a lot of the time. I think I need to like move to a forest and hide away because the more aware I become of like the way things are constructed, the more helpless I feel. So yeah,
I have always been confounded by the similarities and differences between she and he. From pure appearance, she is different from he, only by a serpent-like letter, S. So she is the est he, and he is the unest she, S. The bond between he and she, the sine wavy suture, sewing he and she. I ride the surging wave to catch our lost fish, and wonder who is in the air, and who is in the water, she or he. I glide in both air and water because their interface has no thickness.
I yeah, and I guess like I think I'm done. I don't know. Like 3 months isn't a very long time, and there's some stuff that I want to keep happening, and I don't know if it's going to happen um like with only this amount of tea in me, and also don't, yeah, because like what I do want is I want my hairline to recede a bit, but I don't think it has it all. um like I really want this to be gone, and um if I'm on tea for a year, I will be passing for sure. I already like have facial hair coming in. I don't know, like I feel like I'm more sure of stopping than of continuing, and I think that that's okay, and that I can um continue again if I want to, but I have a feeling I won't want to, and that's really new. Maybe this is a small little lapse. I don't really know what's going on. I wanted to go on tea so that my voice would get deeper because I felt so self conscious when I would talk, and I felt like I could pass as long as I didn't talk. Sometimes I feel like I only pass if I don't talk, and sometimes I think like, oh, people see me and they see a girl, and then if I talk, maybe they'll see a boy. I don't want to be stressing out about passing. I said that last time that I recorded myself that would that would be my last tee shot, but here we are again, and I want to do it again. I don't think I can skip one. I don't think enough changes have happened for me to feel like I can skip a shot. I just don't know how to live in this body right now. And I feel, I guess, maybe a little bit more dysphoric than ever in a lot of ways. Like, in a lot of ways, like, I feel happier than ever before, but now new issues have presented themselves because I don't really know how to be a man or how to be read as a boy, a cis boy. And it's happening all the time. And not only do I not know how to do it, I don't like it. I have this fear of not being recognizable to the person and then like not being the same person to them. But that I don't think it's true.
How does one figure oneself in terms of having a body that has shifted, feeling so like a girl, so like a boy, never able to anticipate which, if either, if any? How does one invite strangers in? In the dark, she tells me I have very charged hands, which I like. Square in the right places, new musculature. I'd always wondered how hands masculinized. Something fills in, widens the back of the palm, the muscle that adducts the thumb, that bulges more prominently when you make an L or clench your fist. But it is pitch black, and how erotic that she is seeing my body without looking at it. On our backs in her bed, she is unaware that she is doing this. She keeps talking, and I keep weeping, and it feels like I'm coming, like my heart is coming. Relief, almost legible.
There's no end, there's no glory, there's a slow resounding story.
So used to these narratives of like you moved from one side to another side, and I don't feel like I moved from any side to any side. Does that mean that I'm not trans? Because that's what the word trans means. I think it's been like 2 months almost, something like that, that I've been off tea, and around 5 or 6 or 7 months that I had been on it. So let's just use those ranges to give you an idea. I wasn't previously very like dysphoric about my body naked. I was mostly dysphoric about like gender stuff. Like I was dysphoric about the way I was being perceived in social situations. And if that means having to take things to into my body, then I guess that's what I have to do. But it just sucks that like I have to appease the rest of the world in order for me to like have a comfortable existence. As it stands right now, I feel very good about being on hormones, and I'm gonna continue for a while. I'm not so like petrified by like the prospect of changing. I'm not. I know what lies ahead. I don't feel like people will like not remember me or not relate to me anymore. Like people still remember who I am. It's not like I've like turned into another person, and I just kind of understand more how this works in an embodied way. It's very strange that I now get perceived as male all the time, and not in the way that it was jarring originally, where I was just like, oh my god, this is just inaccurate, but just in the way where it's like, okay, no, I've accepted it now. This is what happens all the time, and but it's just scary to think that like fellow queers don't know that I'm trans. Like I'm okay with like the fact that like straight cis people can't don't think of me as trans because it's just not in their like it's not on their radar. But people who like know about trans people and stuff and like can't tell, it kind of freaks me out because like yeah, on the one hand, I do want to pass. You know, it's important to me because I'm dysphoric if I don't, I guess. But on the other hand, it's kind of important for it to be clear that I am trans. It's complicated to like talk about this because I don't really have the language.
Being on hormones affects how I move through the world differently than how I once did. It affects how I'm read by others socially, how I experience my gender, and how I'm reflected back to myself, depending on how capable I am of coping with my own internalized cis-sexist ideas about what constitutes a valid body at any given time. Though, of course, the aim of physically transitioning was to reduce feelings of dysphoria, I now experience new kinds of affective dissonance with regard to how I experience my body and my gender inwardly, in contrast to how it is presented to and perceived by the public.
So this is my second week on T, and my forehead has enlarged, and my eyebrows have started pulsating. I don't know if this is what is supposed to happen. Hi, so this is my voice. Um, I don't know, a long, long time on T, probably 100 years on T. Um, I'm not alive anymore. I'm just a hologram. Still taking T though, just injecting into my digital self. Who needs a body when you've got the internet, you know?